Today, we are talking about what happens when you discard, leave, or abandon the narcissist first. This is a situation that I have decades of experience with because I did discard my malignant narcissistic ex, and I also went no contact with my malignant narcissistic father and other family members. So if you are thinking about leaving and have some concerns, then today's video is for you. But first, if you're new to my channel, I'd like to take a moment and welcome you and invite you to please subscribe and be sure and hit that notification bell because I put out new videos every week. Also, if you are interested in private one-on-one narcissistic abuse recovery coaching sessions with me, or if you would like to learn about the new course that I just put out on how to heal from narcissistic abuse, that includes access to a private community of survivors where we have weekly group coaching sessions. Both of the links are provided in the description below. So today we are talking about what happens when you discard, leave, or abandon the narcissist first. First of all, let me start with saying that this will not be in any way what happens if you were to leave a partner who you were in a normal, loving relationship with. You are dealing with a narcissist, and these people interpret you leaving completely different than a normal person. Let me first say that the narcissist does not see this coming. I don't care if you have told them for years that one day you would leave if they don't change. I don't care if you have warned them and warned them and warned them. They do not see this coming. In my experience, it takes a very long time for the narcissist to actually comprehend that this time you are finished and nothing they do or say is going to change your mind. The reason this happens is because of several things. First of all, they usually have gotten away with treating you terribly for a very, very long time, so they do not take your threats seriously. Their own narcissism is also a barrier that prevents them from actually believing that you are leaving them. Many times, even after you left or even after you have filed for divorce, in their mind, they believe because they have wrecked your self-esteem so badly that you won't be able to follow through, or they might believe they have too much money for you to ever permanently leave them, or they might think that they can pressure, coerce, harass, and badger you to death, and that will prevent you from actually following through with the permanent elimination of this relationship. So just because you might physically leave the narcissist does not mean that they have accepted this reality. So usually the narcissist coming to the conclusion that you are truly done is a bit of a process. This doesn't happen overnight, especially if you have been with them for a very long period of time. It's important to understand first and foremost that narcissists do not view other people as a living, breathing entity with their own mind, with their own perceptions, abilities, and desires outside of the narcissist's life. Narcissists view other people, even their own spouse and children, as belongings, property, assets that are extensions of themselves. So for starters, if and when you leave, their first reaction is usually one of confusion. They cannot figure out why on earth you left, because narcissists live in an alternate reality. They have created a false and phony narrative about themselves, about their lives, and about their importance. That narrative is everything to them. Even if they have been abusing you, raging at you, cheating on you, and neglecting you for years and years, they do not live in a reality-based world. In their mind, their abusive behaviors they have been subjecting you to are entitlements that they deserve. So it's not uncommon for their first reaction to be one of confusion. However, if you do not come back in a relatively short period of time, their confusion will move into anger and even rage. How dare you even think that you have the authority or the right to leave them? Who in the hell do you think you are? Remember, narcissists are always running a phony narrative in their mind that will put them in one of three roles. They will be the hero of the story, the martyr of the story, or the victim of the story, or some combination of all three. Never will they be or accept the accurate and reality-based role they have played, which is the role of the villain, of the abuser, of the destroyer of happiness and joy. That does not align with the phony beliefs that they want to believe and certainly want others to believe about them. And if you try and suggest that this is the role they have played, they will usually become extremely offended. Not only do they not see themselves in this reality of the role they have played, they do not believe that you have any right to suggest otherwise. It's not uncommon for them to start talking about all of the things that they have done for you over the years and how ungrateful you are and how much they have had to sacrifice for you. They are genuinely offended and enraged that you, insignificant and undeserving you, dare to even suggest things are not the way the narcissist wants to gaslight and manipulate the rest of the world into believing. In their mind, you are beneath them. You are worthless compared to them, and you have stepped way, way, way out of line. And they are going to remind you who runs the show and who doesn't. So brace yourself for some extreme delusional thinking. Brace yourself for rage, contempt, and disgust. And brace yourself to be devalued, degraded, and marginalized. If this doesn't work, and if the typical guilt trips and gaslighting do not work in persuading you to come back, if they are really, really, really backed against the wall, then they may express that they didn't realize you felt this way, and that now that they do, they will change. They will usually try to get you to pity them, talking about how abusive their childhood was, or how they were mistreated, and how that has led to them behaving in the manner that they have. They will definitely go for hitting your pity button and your empathy button and your compassion button in order to manipulate you into coming back. And this is usually a very vulnerable time for the victim. If you are being subjected to this blatant manipulation tactic, you must be strong. It's critically important that you stay grounded in the reality you know is true and not give in to feeling sorry for them. Pity is a very powerful control and manipulation tactic, and no one knows this more than the narcissist. However, usually people who end up being with a narcissist have extraordinarily high levels of empathy. We are usually people pleasers who do not want to see anyone suffer, even if that person is our abuser. Many, many, many people have had traumatic childhoods and do not choose to become abusive. Their abusive behavior is a choice. You must remember that. So do not allow yourself to be manipulated by this new storyline of poor, pitiful them, because it's a manipulation tactic, plain and simple. And the narcissist has no intention in actually changing, in actually holding themselves accountable for their deplorable and abusive behavior. The only thing they are thinking at this point is how to get you back playing the role that they have given to you as quickly as possible. They are saying these things because they are backed into a corner. So please do not believe the sob story, the poor me story, because abuse is an absolute choice, one that they know and have always known was wrong, but one that they believe they are entitled to. And the truth is that they do it because it makes them feel better, and they do not care about the trauma that they are inflicting into their own family. So please do not fall for this one. If the guilt and pity trips don't work and you still have not come back, then usually they will start to really feel threatened. This will start to cause a massive narcissistic injury. And when that happens, it can turn downright dangerous for the victim. So at this point, you will usually be subjected to threats, blackmail, rage, and serious coercive control tactics. So they may threaten that they will leave you homeless, that they will take the kids and turn them against you, and you will have nothing. They may threaten members of your family of origin, suggesting that they are in danger if you don't stop and that it will be your fault. They might threaten they will take the kids and move. They may threaten you that they will tell the world your darkest secrets and ruin your reputation. And they may give you a taste of some of these things if you do not bend to their demands. You may wake up to your car being destroyed, or you may go into work one day and have had someone report you and accuse you of things you did not do. You may very well learn that really terrible rumors are being spread about you throughout the community. You must remember, you are dealing with a human being who does not have a conscience. So they are able to do horrible things to you, your kids, your family, your reputation without a second thought. They may even try to set you up for crimes you didn't commit, which is what my ex has done to me for many, many years. So you do need to be prepared for this. As scary and as horrible as it sounds, trust me when I tell you, they are not above doing these things. And lastly, if you leave a narcissist and they cannot manipulate and coerce you back into the relationship, and their tactics to win you back or scare you into coming back, if those tactics don't work, then their feelings about you can very well turn into a deep hatred for you, almost an obsessive hatred for you. They can become fixated on trying to get even the score, even though all you did was not want to have a life with them and to be subjected to the abuse for the rest of your life. They genuinely see this as a betrayal and a decision that you were not allowed to make. They believe that they are the ones that tell you when it's over. You took it upon yourself to put yourself into a position where you are as powerful as a narcissist, and that is not allowed. And unfortunately, in some cases, like in my case, this can become a decades-long obsession they develop for you. They want to see you fail. They want to see you ruined. In my case, it became crystal clear that my ex and my father and his wife wanted to see my permanent address become a cemetery, a prison, or a mental ward. Years and years and years of unrelenting harassment, terrorism, vandalism, and stalking for decades. They do not want you to move on. They have developed an obsession and a hatred for you that seems to control them. I would not wish on anyone to live through the horror of what I have been subjected to for years after the divorce was final. My divorce was final in 2006, and up until my son's 18th birthday, there has been an unending effort on his part to cause drama, chaos, and trauma to my life. He has tried repetitively to set me up for crimes I did not commit. He has tried to harass me and terrorize me to the point of insanity. His devotion to the destruction of my life seemed unending. This is one of the reasons that you will hear me say, if you are trying to end a relationship with a high-spectrum malignant narcissist or sociopath, to try and get them to discard you first, to try to make them believe that they are the winner, to try and make them feel as though the breakup is best for them, because nothing on this earth is more important to these people than winning. So try to come up with creative ways that you could possibly get them to discard you, if you can, or at the very least to believe that this breakup makes them the winner. You want to try and avoid as much post-separation abuse and harassment as humanly possible. Okay, that's going to do it for today's video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Also, follow me on my other social media platforms. The links are in the description below. Thanks for watching, everyone.